All right, what is going on, everybody? Live Q&A here on this beautiful Wednesday late night. Just got done work. Have a little bit of time to spare. Nothing going on now that the Eagles season has officially ended. And I'm going to have to preoccupy myself with some new streams of my own, not pertaining to the Philadelphia Eagles, not pertaining to the Sixers, just Q&As, talking to my fans, my supporters. And we're just going to see how it goes. I've lost a month ago, I started going to the gym. All right. So far, I've lost 12 pounds. So I'm very happy about that. Quit drinking completely. Sporadically, I'll drink, but only for special occasions. I don't do it as much as I used to. Yeah. But I dropped 12 pounds and I'm just going to keep going for the sky until I get under 200. So we'll see what happens. I'm 218 right now. So 18 pounds away, it's nothing. So I'll probably do that within the next month and a half. Scott Robinson. Big Flyers win tonight. Huge Flyers win tonight. I was happy about that. This was a big 2 points that we needed at home. We've been good at home all year. And, we need to step it up tonight against a great Washington Capitals team. And it happened. Loopy, what's up, buddy? Alex Preston, Kevin Hayes. Yeah, Kevin Hayes is my dude. Netflix or Hulu? I gotta go Netflix. I'm not really a Hulu person, but I hear good things about Hulu. 44th Legendary, tough loss, man. Tough loss on Sunday with their Saints. Yeah. When Dalvin Cook came back, I had a feeling in a one-game elimination. I knew that the Vikings weren't a better team than the Saints, but the thing is when you go into a dome and both teams play in a dome and they got their stud running back, I was like, I'm going to have to give the Vikings a shot here. It's not that the Saints sucked, but in a one-game elimination, I just felt like everyone was disrespecting the Vikings, and Dalvin Cook was coming back, and he's such a stud that, it went to overtime, and they got the job done. It sucks that it happened to your team. I mean, I'm not the biggest Saints person. Everyone knows this. I don't like their colors and their fans. I feel like their fans cry a lot, and I just don't like that. But you're the man, dude. You're one of the bigger Saints fans I know, and you're a really good fan. So I'm sorry about that. But my Eagles lost as well, so we're in the same boat. We're both on the couch. Single_King says Super Bowl prediction: Green Bay Packers versus the Chiefs. Green Bay wins. That's my Super Bowl prediction. What's up, CE Sports Show? What is up, Larson, Isaac? What is up? Bro, I don't understand how you can blame Carson's head injury on him or how you could criticize him for it. All right, so I'll explain it. I tweeted out while it was happening. I was sitting in section 105. I was like, basically when he went back in the locker room, I was like, get back out there, you pussy. Now, am I going to take that tweet back? No. But at the same time, it's not up to him to go back out there. A doctor could literally lose their license if he doesn't pass the test and he sends them out there. And it's a bullshit rule by the NFL. I think the NFL needs to go back on what they've done, because think about it this way. You're in the Super Bowl and a concussion happens, and it's you can't tell the severity of it to where it's life-threatening, but that it's enough to keep him out because he didn't pass the test. And then the next couple of days you find out that he could actually play in the game. He could have played in the game. The rule is stupid, and it's only because they don't want a lawsuit brought up against them, and they don't want to shell out money. It's a stupid rule. This is why the league is changing. This is why teams like the Philadelphia Eagles need to draft a good backup within the third round this year. Because if Carson goes down with another head injury and he can't go back out there in the most pivotal time, he has been reliable this year. He played all 16 games, but in the biggest time of the year, you had to rely on Josh McCown, who didn't play a bad game. But at the same time, he couldn't get it done in the red zone. And Carson Wentz thrives in the red zone. So we definitely would have won that game against the Seattle team, who I do not think is that good at all. I really don't. We would definitely be playing this Sunday if Carson Wentz finished that game. And it's a shame. It's a shame, but what are you going to do? I just hope Carson Wentz gets better. He finally has a full off season to get his shit together. He hasn't had that in a long time. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not going to take back what I said about that. No way in hell. I was pissed. I wasn't the only one. I was the only one that said it, out loud. I say a lot of things out loud. I don't have a filter. I tend to say things that other people won't say. They just think about. My buddy Zomp next to me pretty much said the same thing, but he didn't tweet it out. He didn't put it out there for the world to see. And he's one of the biggest Carson Wentz fans out there. He thought that Carson Wentz was a pussy for not going back out. But then we found out later that it wasn't really his decision, so it didn't really matter. What do I think about the Cowboys' new staff as a whole? I mean, Mike McCarthy's average, so it's pretty much the same. I can't believe you actually picked the Vikings and they won. Yeah, I did. I believe they would have. What is that? Final Flash says they're never getting rid of that rule thanks to CTE. Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad rule. What do I think about the Yankees? They're going to win the World Series. Johnny Davis is a good question. The game is watered down, but the whole CTE stuff is what caused it. Yeah. But the league doesn't care about the CTE stuff. They just care about lawsuits. It's all bullshit. They think they're like their perception is getting better because they care about head injuries. No, they just care about their pockets. It's completely different. How do I feel about all new coaches and the coaching staffs forming in the NFC East? Well, Joe Judge didn't sign yet, so that might not even be the Giants' head coach. We don't know yet. Eagle speed checks in. What's up, buddy? Cornerback is our weakest position by far. We need to move on from Mills and we need to move on from Darby. We need to upgrade at the cornerback position big time because our pass rush was actually pretty decent in the Seattle game. You made Russell Wilson roll out a lot. You know, you couldn't really blitz much. Everyone was yelling at Schwartz to blitz, but you can't blitz much. You can't blitz much against Russell Wilson because when he rolls out, he'll find that wide open receiver. So you can't do that. But the pressure was getting there. It was. I agree with that. Everyone had to be pissed. A lot of people were pissed like I was when Carson Wentz didn't come back in, and they took it out on Carson Wentz. But I was the only one that openly said it, and I got the brunt of the blame for it because I said it and I have a following on Twitter. That's why people were like, what's wrong with you? This is why people hate you, lottie. Because I was the only one that says stuff like that. I say what people think, but they don't put it out there. That's why people all came at me. But whatever, I was pissed. I was pissed that the season ended because of a stupid head injury that he could have came back. He could have came back out. He could have. He definitely could have. But the doctor got scared. He's a little bitch and whatever. What kind of cheese do I put on my cheesesteak? I like whiz cheese. I'm also a huge hot sauce person. I think if Carson stays and you win that game, only 10-3 at halftime. The Seattle Seahawks are not that good. Their running game sucks. Russell Wilson's a fucking beast, monster. DK Metcalf, monster. I wanted DK Metcalf, but other than that, who do they have? I think they're going to get killed in Green Bay. I really do. They're just both games that we were in, even when Carson Wentz wasn't playing well with Jordan, when we had Jordan Matthews and Jay Ajayi, who was on his last legs. Who do they? They're not good. Seattle's not that good in my opinion. Let me go up. Alex Preston said Wentz played 5 extra snaps before going into the 10th, so he played through it. Yeah, he played through it, but why would you play him 5 extra snaps if you think that he had a head injury unless they waited for the replay? That doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I know when he was doing this, I guess they checked him out. Maybe he should have just refrained from that because obviously he could have played through it because it wasn't that bad. I don't know. It's over, but it did piss me off. I'm not going to lie. I'm a fan. I'm a diehard fan. I went on the field before the game, as most of you saw. I was very excited. I called the game a lock. I did. We would have beat the crap out of the Seattle Seahawks if Wentz stayed in the game. It sucks. It just sucks. But I'm not saying we were going to win the Super Bowl anyway because, let's face it, we were very decimated with injuries. We really were. What's my divisional round predictions? All right, so I got the Packers over the Seahawks. I got San Fran over the Vikings. I got the Titans over the Ravens, and I got the Chiefs over the Texans. Does Groh get fired? No. Unfortunately, I want him gone, but he's not going to get fired. Thoughts on the new XFL rules? I'm not going to watch the XFL. It's garbage. Darby blows. Yeah, I was a big fan of him, but he's not here. Not good. What's up, Nicholas? How you doing? 44th Legendary says, weird thing is a score in both games and it's 17-9. Yeah, it's very weird. And for different reasons, because Josh McCown couldn't stick it in the end zone, and Miles Sanders didn't catch the ball on 4th and 3rd, which would have been a touchdown. So that sucks, but it is what it is. What's up, Gang Green David? How you doing? Eagles Clip says, did you see we're keeping Alshon? I don't think we are. I think it's going to be easier to trade him now, but I don't think we're keeping him. I've never seen a positional group so awful for such a long period of time like the Eagles cornerback groups. Yeah, we rely too much on our pressure up front, and our pressure didn't get there so many times this season. Malik Jackson got hurt. Tim Jernigan was out for a decent amount of time. Fletcher Cox was getting double teamed every single game, only had 3.5 sacks. It's just weird. But that's why I love Jim Schwartz, because everyone wants to put the blame on Jim Schwartz. But if you're a realistic fan, you'd realize what kind of crap we have in the secondary, and he's limiting teams like the Seattle Seahawks to 17 points. That's why he's getting the head coaching interview with the Cleveland Browns, because he is a great defensive mind. Now, head coach, I don't know about that. I don't think he's a good head coach, but defense, I'm not getting rid of him. I'm not. And if he were to go to the Cleveland Browns, there's one guy that I'm getting, and that is Rex Ryan, and only Rex Ryan. I'm sorry. I know we'd have to switch to what? A 3-4 or a 4. My mind's so backwards right now. I know we'd switch it around though. But yeah, I'd want Rex Ryan here. 3 up front, 4 in the back if Rex Ryan were to come here. Joseph Srini says, what's up? Nobody thought. All right, so Ghost Thatcher says, nobody thought Carson was a pussy for not coming back in. And the kid played 5 more downs cross-side, let alone what he did for the Rams, getting torn knee. That's the last thing you could call him. The torn knee thing is like so 3 years ago. And, I was there in the stands. I wasn't watching it on TV. So the frustration was showing. I wasn't watching it on TV. And, you see a lot of things on TV that you don't see when you're at the game. Sue me. Even if he come back, we might have I think we would have won, Isaac. I really do. Seattle's not that good of a team. If there's any Seattle fans in here, I'm sorry, but your team is just not that good. Troll Patrol says Seattle has weapons: DK, Lockett, Brown, Moore, Hollister, Beast Mode. Beast Mode has 7 yards rushing. He had 7 yards rushing. He's not what he used to be. Not even close. Probably why Eagles had so many injuries this year. If they could only diagnose a concussion. Why Tennessee over Baltimore? Because I feel like Lamar Jackson. I feel like Lamar Jackson's more of a running back than a quarterback. And as you saw in New England last week, Tennessee shut down Tom Brady for the most part of that game. They shut down all the wide receivers, and you're going to make Lamar Jackson run a lot, and you're going to contain him a lot. The Tennessee defense is very good. They're very good at containment, and they're hot right now. I just feel like it's an upset pick. Last week I picked the Vikings over the Saints, and this week I'm going to pick Tennessee over Baltimore. How much do I bench? My max right now is 315. What are you talking about? Wasn't bad, crazy, blah 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 blah. Talking about Wentz. Joey Shakes, what's up, man? Alshon Jeffrey will cost $26 million in dead cap if we get rid of him. Yes, I know that. So, which means one of two things. Have another team take a chunk of that salary and trade him. Or I don't know. I would love to keep Alshon Jeffrey. I really would. But a lot of people are saying that he's a cancer. So I don't know. It's not my call. It really isn't. Alex Preston says I love Schwartz too. And Schwartz is the man. People who think Schwartz sucks or casuals, yeah, they are. Who's your Super Bowl pick? I actually have Green Bay winning. I really do. Now, you're going to ask me why they really weren't that good, the most overrated 13-3 team of all time. 2 words, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers having that home game against the Seattle Seahawks team that isn't very good. They're going to beat Seattle, and then they're going to go to they're going to go to San Fran. Good weather. He's from California. They're going to beat them out there. He has the experience. They're going to go back to another Super Bowl. Andy Reid's a loser. The Chiefs will be there. Andy Reid's a loser, and he'll lose to Aaron Rodgers. That's just how I see it. Pass rushing wise, this was Cox's worst season. Yeah, it really was. Who's my favorite college sports team? Rutgers. Joey Shakes asks, says another thing. Obviously, the draft is deep at wide receiver. Could you go different route and draft defense, linebacker, safety? If anything, I would draft a corner early, Joey. I would actually go wide receiver first and then corner second. And then if there's another wide receiver late second to early third, I would go wide receiver. But in between that, I would draft a wide receiver first. I think that's our biggest need, but corner is definitely a huge need as well. Everything else, we don't really value the linebacker position and safety. If Jenkins doesn't stay, we're definitely going to have to go in free agency and see what we can do, because I don't know many safeties in college that could take over for Jenks right now. Alex Preston says coordinators are so hard to replace. Yeah, they are. That's why if Schwartz ends up leaving, we'll probably promote from within. Wish I could totally see that. I think Tennessee will keep it close, but I'm still picking Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore's a safe pick. I just think there's one big upset every single week, and I just feel like Tennessee's that one team. They're kind of hot. When's my Lex Sixers live stream? I don't know. I work every day now. It sucks. Jim is a great defensive coordinator, especially in games and big moments. Pressure shows up under him. Yep, all the time. What receivers do you let go? Aguilar. 100%. Wentz played against Seahawks for the first time, played shitty second time around. He would have beat them. I had a feeling should Clowney be suspended or fined for that hit? I don't know. Listen, I'm totally past the Clowney thing, to be honest with you. It pisses me off watching that play so much that, at first I thought it was kind of bang bang, so I was trying to make sense of it, but Clowney is kind of a dirty player, and I just don't like talk about it anymore. It's because we're out of the playoffs. Anything else in here? Ricky Roma trying to talk shit, even though his Giants are a complete dumpster fire. No one is a bigger cancer than OBJ. Yeah, it's debatable. Sixers are overrated. Yeah, they are. They need a shooter. We need a decent backup quarterback. Yeah, we do. We need a decent backup quarterback in the worst way. Eagle Speed says we need a top 5 defense and a great wall at line to win a Super Bowl with Wentz. Yeah, we do. You guys should get CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. Should trade up for one of them. CeeDee Lamb's my guy from Oklahoma. He's my guy. He's the only one I'm targeting right now, and that's the only one I want. So if they need to trade up to get him, do it, because that guy's a stud. He catches everything thrown his way. He's speed. He has a great ability to make a turn on a dime. That's definitely a wide receiver you want. Aaron Rodgers and no more improvise under McCarthy. All that Rodgers improvise off script. Rodgers running around, pointing in the spots, throwing guys open. Literally, McCarthy was so trash. Yep, he was. How dare you bash my Giants? They suck, dude. Ricky Roma, they suck. Troll Patrol. Clowney puts in McClown. I can't bash McCown. I can't. He did what he needed to do. We just didn't win the game. LSU or Clemson, who wins? Tough one. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Clemson. The reason being they're both really good teams. LSU has the better offense, but Clemson's been there before, and I feel like having that experience on the big stage. Trevor Lawrence will get his second national title, and Joe Burrow is a senior. Yeah, it's a one and done game. Yeah, I think Trevor's going to get his second title. I really do. He beat Bam on the biggest stage last year as a freshman. I can't go against Trevor Lawrence. That's a tough game, though. It's a tough game to predict. It should be a good one. LSU, already asked me that. I would do anything it takes to get CeeDee Lamb. The catch against LSU was amazing. No Eagles wideout right now could do that. No, they can't. We need to shut down cornerback. Yeah, I wanted Jalen Ramsey, but that didn't work out. You're an LSU fan, 44th. Good luck. Bengals are going to draft Joe Burrow, probably. I mean, see, Joe Burrow's good, but at the same time, he was phenomenal in the Oklahoma game. I'm not going to lie, 7 touchdowns, but he could be one of those flash in the pan type of players. You want a consistent player. Now, if you're looking for a quarterback, these teams that suck right now, wait until next year, because Trevor Lawrence is the guy. The guy. All right. He's mobile. He runs like a wide receiver. He throws like Joe Burrow. He is the whole package. If you're a bad team, you wait around for Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence is going to be the next big thing in the NFL. Joe Burrow may be good in the NFL, but Trevor Lawrence is a fact. That guy's going to be very good. But I do say this: I'd rather see the Saints win a Super Bowl than LSU win the champ. At least you get, you know what? At least you saw the Saints win a Super Bowl, though. You saw them beat Peyton Manning. Like, what's better than that? Tiger for Tiger pick. The Bengals meow. I don't like Joe Burrow for pro. Yeah, he looks good, but I don't know. I got to see him in an actual professional game first. Even though Wentz got a concussion in his first playoff game, I feel like Wentz is cleaning up his injuries. Yeah, he did complete a full season. I got to give him credit on that. It's just like the biggest pivotal times. It's like he's so unlucky. It's weird. Best wildcard game, in my opinion, last week. The best one? I'd have to go the Minnesota Vikings one. The worst one was the Eagles one, by far. Do you think we should go after Tua? No. At the pro level, Joe Burrow's mobility accuracy is kind of mediocre. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trevor Lawrence is the guy. He's the guy. That's the guy that everyone should be like tanking for next year. Yep, that's the guy. You were at the game. Yeah, I know. I saw your live stream, man. That must have really sucked. The Rudolph touchdown, that must have sucked, dude. Sorry, guys. I'm just texting something. Okay. Your live popping. Yeah, it really is. You know, especially at 11 o'clock at night. This is crazy. You guys are the best. Good thing his name isn't Carson Luck. That's the one thing I fear. You know, Carson Wentz. You know, he takes devastating injury. He just retires out of nowhere. You know, I could see it. I could see it. Unfortunately, we need a linebacker, but Howie won't draft one. No, because we don't value the linebacker position. That's why. Do I fucks with little TJ? No, I don't. Eagles should tank for Trevor Lawrence. No, we got a good quarterback. Carson Wentz is a stud. He's just the most unlucky player ever, and that happens a lot in the city of Philadelphia. You know, you have players like Carson Wentz, you have players like fucking Joel Embiid, who's great one year, and the next year he's sick every other game, having his finger like lash out like this. You have Ben Simmons, who could be a fucking generational talent, and he can't even shoot the ball. You had fucking Chris Pronger get hit in the eye. His career ends. Eric Lindros fucking almost dies from a hit on center ice. Scott Rowland has his knees tear up every single game at the vet, and he wants out. It's like big athlete after big athlete in the city of Philadelphia. It's just such an unlucky city. It's such an unlucky city. It's weird. What should we do with Jordan Howard? Yeah, he gone. He ain't coming back. Sorry. As much as he produced early on, like he got you that second or third down that you needed, he's not reliable. So we need someone that's reliable. Nolan Patrick out for the season with migraines. Yeah, it sucks because I like Nolan Patrick a lot. Whatever. I was in Nashville last week, and I saw Titans fans everywhere chanting "Screw Brady." Yeah, they're probably chanting something a little bit worse than that. You got an AI jersey? I do. Doesn't fit me anymore, but I do. The Scott Rowland saga didn't turn out so bad. The Phillies won a World Series 5 years after he left. Yeah, but you know what, Rob? I'll say something about that. The Phillies, and you could agree with me, you could disagree with me on this one, but the Phillies won that world title when nobody expected it. You know, that seems to be the case for every single team in Philadelphia. You know, you're not expecting them to win a title. The pressure's off, and the teams win titles. Like the year that the Philadelphia Flyers went to the Cup, everyone thought they were going to get bounced by the Bruins in Game 4. And then they come back and go all the way to the Cup. Now, and luckily, we didn't have a starting goaltender that was competent enough to put his pad down so it could slide under it, or else we probably would have won that Cup because we had no pressure. You know, it happens with every single Philadelphia team. It just does. You know, every single team has, when they have zero pressure, they do well. When they have all the pressure in the world, they either get injured or they suck. It happens every single year. This year, everyone thought the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. Everyone got injured, and we weren't a very good football team. You know, It just happens. Next year I'm expecting big things from the Eagles, which could be bad. Could be bad. Unfortunately, could be terrible. Nationals world champions still. That shocked me. It really did. I had them winning the NL East, but that shocked me. Who do I want in free agency? Damn, if there's any way that we could trade for Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would love him. The Tennessee joke's great. Loopy says Derrick Henry is the Hulk with a stick O-line. Yeah, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. Philly isn't known for championship teams. Maybe those people should appreciate Nick Foles a little more. Well, the reason why people don't appreciate Nick Foles is because he's brought up over Carson Wentz, and he was a backup. That's why they don't appreciate him, even though he brought the first title to the city of Philadelphia. And people want to move on from Nick Foles for whatever reason. He has a statue. Any real diehard Eagles fan will never forget about Nick Foles. But, you're going to get those asshole fans that, throw him away like trash, like he never did anything. Joseph Sirani says, Carson's a great talent. Dude needs some help to get over the hump. He proved this year that, he could do a lot on his own. He had 4,000 yards passing with no receiver over 500 yards. So, if you give him a little bit of talent, man, I wouldn't even want to know. He should have never went to the Jags. Can you fault him? Though? He had an opportunity to be the starter. And that Minshew guy just came out of nowhere. Giants win the Super Bowl. Sounders MLS Cup champions. Could Seahawks. Is MLS even going on still? I watch soccer, but I don't watch that shit. God damn. What is MLS? Major League Soccer. Exactly. What is it? It's not very good. Derrick Henry is the best running back in the NFL. Right now, maybe. Right now. McGregor versus Cowboy. Oh, got it. You got to go Connor. How can you not go Connor? Nick Foles is the greatest Eagles player. I don't care what anybody says. McNabb never won a Super Bowl. Randall Cunningham never won a Super Bowl. Vic, Wentz, Cobb. Yeah. You think we should make McCown our QB coach? I don't know, because McCown was coaching high school football before we gave him a call. And I don't know if we could have him jump from high school football to our team. I'm sorry. That's a huge jump. I don't know. I have no idea. Do I think Minshew starts over Foles next year? Yeah, probably. If Brady leaves New England, where do you think he will go? Miami. I think he's going to go. Ricky Roma says Foles wasn't great, but he was a winner. It's so funny watching people like EDP shit all over the guy. Well, EDP shits all over the guy because he didn't like him when he was here the first time around. And then he did something great for the Eagles fan base, and he had to eat his words, which EDP never does. He never eats his words, never admits that he's wrong, which is why he always trashes Nick Foles. Because when the first time he was here, the first go-around, he always bashed the guy. Always. When he lost to the Oakland Raiders in when he beat the Oakland Raiders, but he had a really bad game in the freezing cold on Christmas Day, took his action finger, broke it, smashed it up into little bitty pieces, threw it in the trash. Guess what? Won the Super Bowl. Doesn't like to eat his words. That's why he always bashes Nick Foles. It's pretty simple. He doesn't like to use words. Frank Reich was the brains behind the operation. Yeah. I don't. I can't answer that. Joseph. Wait, no, that's a good question. Oh yeah, there you go. Do I fuck with EDP or no? All right, I'm gonna be honest. No, and the reason being is not because I hate the guy. It's because I just feel like the character is a little bit out of date, just a little bit. And he has a ton, and I mean a ton of subscribers. He's doing a phenomenal job. I don't know why he hasn't been hired by Barstool yet. I just feel like the character's a little bit out of date. The thing with the whole crying after we beat the Redskins, even though we weren't that good of a team, I just feel like, he's a great actor. Like, he is a really good actor. The tears I didn't get because, like, we still had to beat the Cowboys. We still had to beat the Giants. I didn't get it. I mean, I watched his videos, I'm not really cool with him because he's been a pretty big asshole to me in the past. Not really cool with him in that way, but I still watch his videos from time to time, and it's out of date. It's out of date. And the other day, I did think that video was pretty funny where he said Wawa had the best cheesesteak. I thought that was pretty funny because that's pretty fucking bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I hate the guy. I just think his character is a little bit out of date. That's what I'll say. Foles had one of his best games of his career against the Raiders and one of his worst games of the career against the Raiders. Yes, he did. Yeah, I mean, Wawa is more known for their subs. Their subs are amazing. Yeah, the tuna hoagies at Wawa are great. The chicken tender subs are great. Cheesesteaks, no, not so much. Cheesesteaks suck there, actually. They really do. By the way, if you guys are in here right now, if you're enjoying the streams, hit that thumbs up button. Let's try to get to 20 likes by the end of the stream. I don't know how long I'm going to go for. I've been here for 30 minutes already. But you guys are keeping me company. It's been a long work day, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. EDP was probably crying about something else and made it seem like it was about Wentz. He probably nailed it. Probably nailed it right on the head. Final flash. He's probably crying. It was his birthday. I understand that. It was his birthday, and my friend said it was something about his mom because his mom did pass. And then he turned it around and made it about Wentz, which, if that's the case, I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. And that's just to me, it's a little too much. When you try to make something nice out of when you try to make something nice out of something, and then you try to flip it to make it be like you're the biggest Wentz fan ever, I don't like that. Like, I really don't. That's too much for me. Nudge Freak, what's your best bet for this weekend? Green Bay -4. That's my best bet. Joseph Serenian says, I think Malik Jackson will have a good year next year. Can't stop the run, but I think, this was his first big injury ever. So I feel like Malik Jackson will have a lot to prove to a lot of people this year. So I'm going to say he'll have a good year. Will Betances have a good year for the Mets? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, and I don't know what that was all about. EDP had a girlfriend, but he never she was a teacher supposedly. I don't know. I don't really get into that. Who do you think can be an NBA Finals team other than the Bucks and the Lakers? Whew. I always have to go Houston because they have Harden and Westbrook. You gotta go Boston. I could say Sixers if they get a shooter, but right now, no. No Eagles are one I didn't. I did not. I did not. Are the Mets making the playoffs? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, the Clippers. Oh, fuck. How did I forget about the Clippers? I actually have the Clippers better than the Lakers. I think they're better. How did I forget about them? The Heat are underrated. Yeah, but they're not going to go anywhere. McGregor Cowboy prediction. I got Connor McGregor. Who are you keeping in your secondary? You're the GM. Jenks, I'm keeping. I still like McLeod. Rasul Douglas. Maddox. I like Maddox a lot, even though he got burned a little bit. I like Maddox. And I'm getting rid of Rasul Douglas. And I'm getting rid of Mills. Sidney Jones is up in the air. So, there you go. I want to be a sports commentator, but I don't have time for school right now. What do you think would be the best path to go? I dreamt about being one my whole life. Best path to go, Colin, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I'm going to be completely honest with everybody in here. Best path if you want to do stuff like sports commentator, stack up money. Work your ass off for how many hours in a day that you can. Stack money, stack money, stack money. Because eventually when you do have the opportunity, you'll have the money to spend on something. Whether it's a microphone, a headset, anything, just stack away money. A lot of people like to go out and drink. A lot of people like to go out and party, all right? I did all that. I'm 27 years old, all right? All I'm doing now is just stacking money. That's all I'm doing. I've been stacking on money for like a good year and a half now. And I'm good. I'm very well off right now. So when my time does come, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. And that's my advice to give to you. Just stack up money. Who do you mostly want the Eagles to get rid of? Aguilar. Let me see anyone here. Best steak in Philly, D'Alessandro's, but it's all opinionated. Kevin, I need to redo. All right. Why are the NBA ratings so bad this year? Because it's a watered-down product. There's no defense. It's a long season. It goes to June. People just tune in for the playoffs. It's the same exact teams every year. Superstars every year. The teams are watered down. It's who's going to be in the finals. It's either going to be the Lakers or Clippers versus the Bucks. I don't know. Will the hockey show ever come back? Yeah, well, I just have to figure out when Trevor's free, when I'm free. It'll come back, though. It'll definitely come back. We're not leaving you guys forever. It's just something that, happens with work and stuff. What in the hell was that? I don't know what that was all about. Okay. Should we trade up to get another first-round pick? I don't know. Colin Miller says, are you a WWE fan? I am not. I do watch WrestleMania from time to time, though. Did I like Peter Laviolette? Yeah, I did. I saw he just got fired by the Predators. That sucks. I don't understand that. 37 people in here right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. If you guys are liking the stream so far, hit that thumbs up button. Let's try to get it to over 20 likes for tonight. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go for a little bit more. Who's the worst Eagles YouTuber? Do I got to be honest? Do I really have to be honest? Because I watch a lot. I don't want to say that. Eagles are one I really don't want to say that. But I do have one in particular. It's pretty bad. Am I ready for World War III? It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Who do you think the 76ers should get at the trade deadline? A shooter. Maybe McCollum, Chris Paul, anyone that can shoot the basketball. Who picked the better coach in the East? Which East? Are we talking about hockey? Like, what are we talking about? No, Eagles are one. That's not who I was thinking about. World War III is cancer thanks to Trump. Yeah, that's the thing, Justin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I have no filter. Everyone knows that. I say what everyone doesn't want to say, but they're thinking. That's just what I do. That's what makes me special as a person, not only a YouTuber, but as a person. And I'm gonna continue to do it. I know I'm at like 5,000 subs. I'm not the biggest YouTuber, but at the same time, I'm just being myself. I'm just being myself. I answer questions, and yeah. Nah, EDP's not the worst Eagles YouTuber. Not the worst. Would I trade Simmons? I would. Yeah. I don't think there's any hope for Simmons, but I would want to get the best bang for my buck for him. I'm not just going to trade him for a first-round pick. I'm going to want to get like 3 firsts back for him. Jake Lee, that's fucking disgusting. Ricky Roma says Nitro is cool, although he whiffed on Daniel Jones. I didn't whiff on Daniel Jones. The guy turns the ball over. The guy turns the ball over at will every single game. I didn't whiff on him. He stinks. What Eagles YouTuber knows the least? There's a lot of them. Like YouTube. Just because you can talk on YouTube doesn't mean you know your stuff about football or sports. There's a lot of them. I ever see the channel Colin and Corey Sports Talk? No, I gotta look it up though. Simmons for Dame Lillard. I like Dame, but I would like another pick for that. I don't know. It's tough. Kai to this day still hold the record for most timeouts and discoveries. Yeah, what's up, Benny? Long time friend. He was big friends with my dad like back in the day. Actually, I think he's still friends with my dad. I just don't see my dad that much. Will I ever make political videos? No. And the reason being is because I have too many people on my channel that I don't know which way they go. So, and I'm an independent. You know, I go with whichever way makes me the most money and makes me happy. You know, so I won't be doing any political videos. I feel like I'd be very good at it, but I won't be doing any political videos. But I will say this, me and Philly 500 on election night this year will be doing an election stream for the president of the United States or the new president of the United States. That'll be interesting. Oh shit, someone just texted me. Do I want CJ McCollum? Yeah, I would love to have him. Jake Lee, wait, didn't you? No, it was, yeah, Jake, like 9.5 months ago. It's been a while. I just think what you told me was disgusting because that would never happen. Ugh, gross. What's the worst Eagles season you've ever seen? 2012. 2012 was by far the worst Eagles team I've ever seen. Just saw Uncut Gems. Awesome. Ben, I told you. Uncut Gems was a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. It's not for everybody, but for the people that have gambled and felt what that guy was feeling, well, not to that extent. Awesome movie. Damn, I remember you reacting to Fury and Wilder. Yeah, that was a great fight. Rematch for Fury and Wilder will be happening in February. I'm probably going to live stream that. I am. I'm a former Democratic that was pushed to the right by leftist insanity. I don't care who knows. Yeah, it's fine, dude. It's fine. His super prediction is Green Bay Packers over Kansas City. Yeah, I got Green Bay. I think Green Bay's going to win it all. Did I watch The Irishman? It wasn't horseshit. It was just way too long. Browns still don't have a head coach. Yeah, I saw that. That's weird. Boom, 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 boom. Do you think Jake Paul is going to crush that kid? I didn't even know he was fighting. I did see that his brother Logan Paul is trying to box Antonio Brown, and he would kick the crap out of Antonio Brown. And just make a new one, Colin. I'll shout you out. Night Freak, what's the worst Eagles game I ever went to? Fuck. Probably the Cowboys game in 2013 where we lost 17-3. Nick Foles played the game and he threw for like 68 yards. It was horrible. Oh shit, that was weird. Most underrated Eagles video maker. Fuck. Oh god. You're putting me on the spot. Because I have a lot of underrated ones that don't have a lot of views. Underrated. It's a good question. There's too many, man. There's way too many. You know, there's a lot of content creators out there. If I say one, another one's going to get mad. And it's just, I don't know. I like to keep the peace. My favorite Eagles player of all time is Westbrook. Do you like the Entertainer and Bad Dog? Yes, but I like the Entertainer more than Bad Dog. Bad Dog and I always had the history of going back and forth. I think I'm not being salty here. I think Entertainer is being more organic and natural with his following, where Bad Dog is going out of his way to do something to please the public, and it's not really pertaining to what he really wanted to do in the beginning. So I think he went out of his way to do something because he saw that the following was growing. So I think that Entertainer did it the right way, where Bad Dog is kind of doing it the non-organic way, if that makes any sense. But I like both of them. I do like both of them. All Boston fans are total pain. Yeah, they suck. Um, what's up? I'm not sure. Have you heard of Alpha 3? He's a new up and coming Eagles YouTuber. I'll check him out. Are New Englanders the biggest pricks in America? Yeah, they suck. AB wants to fight Logan because he's going broke. Could be true. Could be true. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Interesting. Do I want AB? I would take AB. I really would. I still would. All right. Well, what is my biggest regret on YouTube? Whew, it's a lot. I don't know. Maybe the one phase on my YouTube channel where I was like acting like a not a jerk off, but like where I was like so immature that I was like so cocky and like it's just I don't know. I look back at it like through my private videos and I'm like, what was I doing? Like right now, I feel like I'm like comfortable who I am and like myself. But like back then, I was like in character and I was like, yeah, it's corny, cheesy. I didn't I didn't really yeah, I would go back and fix that if I could. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't fix anything. I feel like I feel like there was a perfect path for me to go, and it was just an obstacle. That's how I see it. Can I read the last comment? My worst Eagles season was in 2008 when we lost to the Cardinals. I wanted us to win because it would have been a Pennsylvania Super Bowl, and I think that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, my worst. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say that's worst though. The video where you bashed the great Daniel Jones. It's funny. All right, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm exhausted. Thank you guys for tuning in. I plan to do like streams like this like every week, at least once a week. These streams, like the Q&As. So check back anytime you can. And Varson says I became a better person. Yeah, exactly. You know what? You really find yourself. And for me, finding myself was through social media. You have different characters on here all the time. And definitely social media made me a better person in general because it made me not care what people thought about me. And I think that's something big. It builds a lot of character. It really does. And YouTube's a great teacher. It really is. So with that being said, if you guys like the stream, smash that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe. I'll be back next week. And yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. Good night.